So good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another video of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today, this Sunday, we're going to tackle the top 10 worst albums of the year, in my opinion. So you guys know that on Sundays I do the Is It That Bad? So what better than to talk about 10 albums that for me were lacking a little bit in this year. And you know, there's a lot of good albums that came out this year, but there's also bad albums. So we need to talk about them. So the first album that I'm going to talk about kind of hurts me because this band is actually from Puerto Rico. But you know what? I can't lie. This is the album. It's Calamity with Lumina. And Calamity is a thrash metal band. And I actually enjoyed their first EP and album. But after that, the material has been getting like worse and worse. And you know what's wrong with this album? Cheesy lyrics. You know, they're tackling like very uplifting lyrics. I think the singer is now like turning to like Christianity or something. And yeah, I just think this album, I don't know, it's lacking like that aggressiveness and that had the first album. Plus even the sound, I don't know, the way they mixed it in production sounds like very not good. So I'm sorry to say it, but I haven't seen anyone in Puerto Rico metal scene talk about this album, and it came out like a month and a half ago, and no one is talking about this. So yeah, I'm talking about it, but obviously it's not a good album. It's a hard listen to get through, and it has corny lyrics, and I just can't. I feel sorry, but yeah, that the band is from Puerto Rico, but Calamity Lumina is just a bad album. So that's the number 10. So number 9, there's actually not one but 2 albums, and this is a band that I actually covered on the channel, and it's Butcher Babies. Here are the 2 albums in questions, Till the World's Blind and Eye for an Eye, and they're just, they're generic, and I don't think, to me, this has always been a gimmicky band, and a gimmicky band in not the best sense of the word. You know, it's just generic metal, and you know, they sell this because they're almost always like almost butt naked on every music video. So that's how they sell it. But to say that this is a talented band, I think would be a mistake. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that Butcher Babies is a talented band. So moving along to number 8, though. So this is a band that in the new metal years, they had a hit with the song Poem, and I thought it was a good song. And I'm talking about Taproot. And they're back with an album that is called Scissors. And yeah, this is an album that they try to write like relevant songs, but it's just generic and corny. And this cover, like Scissors, like I don't get it. Who are you trying to appeal to? But yeah, it's a band that, who asked for Taproot in 2023? I'm thinking this is a band that they're trying to recapture their heyday glory, but they just miss so bad that it's not even funny. I'm sorry, but it's not good. Number 7, I actually reviewed this album on the channel I think like a month and a half ago, or not that much, and it's Puppy with Sig. And I got some hate through this, like Puppy fans. I didn't know that they were so loyal to her, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't understand the lyrics." I'm like, "Yeah, girl in a motorbike. Yeah, you got to zigzag, zigzag." Yeah, I'm sorry, but these lyrics suck. And I don't know, when I watch this album cover, it's like, I bind you, Puppy, from hurting music or hurting yourself. Please stop releasing shit into the world. And someone told me in the comment, "Oh, you didn't watch her interview where she explains the meanings in this song." And I'm telling you, I've seen Puppy interview, and I can't stand her voice. It's annoying as hell. So I'm good. And this album sucks. So yeah, Puppy with Sig, number 7. So number 6, It's a band that back in the day, in the 90s, beginning of 2000s, I love this band, but not so much anymore. Like the last albums that they released, they've been pretty bad. And yes, I'm talking about Godsmack, Light Up the Sky. So what is wrong with this album? You know, when you're doing like a metal rock album and you're saying like baby so much, I'm like, no, baby, like, baby, baby. I'm like, cool it with the baby, man. And I don't know, it's just funny that Soliarna this year has he has like news that he found love, and maybe that's why there's so many babies in the song. And they tried to go do concerts in Southern America, and no one were buying the tickets. But the only good thing is that they said that this is their last album, and I say thank you, Godsmack. We have had enough. This is just generic, bland rock. And to be named after an Alice in Chains song, I'm sorry, but no. Yeah, Godsmack, Lighting Up the Sky. Ugh. So number 5 is a band that I used to love. They had like that emo pop thing going on, but they lost some. I think the guitar player left, and their last 2 albums, the last one was in 2018, Tidal Wave. It was okay, but Taking Back Sunday with 152, and just look at this. When I look at this album cover, it's like they're having like a midlife crisis. Like, oh, we don't know if we want to rock or if we want to serenade you. And yeah, the beginning song of this album sounded promising, but after this is 28 minutes of pure crap. The songs are not memorable. They're really like super commercial sounding, syrupy songs, and they're just missing heart, because that's something that Taking Back Sunday used to have. They used to have meaningful lyrics with heart in them. And I'm sorry, the heart of this band is just gone on this album. This is Taking Back Sunday on fucking cruise control to me, and it's just not good, people. So we are down to the final 4 albums, the worst of the worst. And actually, one of these albums, let me look at the list. I think yes, all 4 of these albums were covered on the channel. So at number 4, I have an album by Cory Taylor. And yes, Cory Taylor again strikes again with his Cory motherfucking Taylor too. And this is the album cover. Let me tell you, this is one of the laziest album covers I've seen. He just took some mannequin and put like different wardrobes that he'd used through the years. And if you like Slipknot, old Slipknot, or even Stone Sour, this sounds nothing like it. He said that this album was going to be more rocking, but the rocking tunes are just cheesy as hell. And then he has songs that sound like country ballads gone wrong. And yeah, Cory Taylor is a good singer, but why on earth does he choose to put this crap into the world is beyond me. So yeah, Cory motherfucking Taylor too, it's bad. So number 3, it's an album that is not really, there's no guitars on this record. It's more of a pump dance record, and it has an actor, Jared Leto. And yes, Jared Leto and his band 30 Seconds to Mars released an album that it has one of the longest titles. It's the end of the world, but it's a beautiful day. Jared, it's the end of the world, and someone should have pulled the plug on this crappy album. So yeah, this is the album cover, all sky and stuff, and he's promoting a tour by this. He was in the Empire State Building, like climbing it, because why the hell not? To promote the tour for this album. And this album, it's dance music, and I have no problem with dance music, but this is not good dance music. This is generic, this is bad, and I covered this on Is It That Bad? So if you want to listen more to our thoughts on this album, click on that episode so you can know more. So we're down to the 2 worst albums of the year. And the second worst album of the year for me, I have a funny story about this, because when I was going to review this album, I got an email like, hey, do you want to interview the singer? And it's Puddle of Mudd, Ubiquitous. And I was thinking like, I don't know if he wants me to review this or interview him, because I'm going to say that this album is pure shit. And yes, this album is pure shit. What's wrong with this album? The production, it sounds like a demo. Wes Cantlin singing, sometimes he's out of pitch. And the songwriting is just atrocious. This is a very bad album. And not to say that Puddle of Mudd was ever like, oh, this fantastic album, or this fantastic band, because let's be honest here, shall we? They have never been a good band. It's maybe when they came out, I liked them more, but now I think my musical tastes have evolved, and I can truly say, yeah, Puddle of Mudd, it's mud, you know, it's not good. But even though this is a very bad album, there's one album that reigns supreme among all, and this album is bad for so many reasons that I will explain. So when you have a classic album called Dark Side of the Moon and it turns 50, what do? If you're Roger Waters, you shit on your legacy by putting out the worst album of the year for me, and it's Dark Side of the Moon Redux. And what is bad with this album? Let's just say, what is good about this album? And the answer is nothing. This is a poor excuse to take a classic album and shit on it and just make it worse. And I got people on the comments saying, oh, like, oh, you just don't understand this piece of art. Oh, he can do whatever he can with it because he's 80 years old and he wrote this. And I'm like, yeah, he can do whatever he wants. But do we have to praise him for doing shit? No, we don't. If some of you people think that this is good, good for you, or maybe check your ears, because this isn't good, people. What is bad with this? Everything. I did a long video with some people for the Is It That Bad? And we go deep into this album. But you know, when you have tracks that are instrumentals and you blabber over them and talk your way to death, it's not needed. That's why they're instrumentals. And then the musical pacing of the songs, there, you know, he's not improving on what is a classic album. He's just tarnishing that legacy. So for this reason alone, he deserves the #1 spot in the worst albums of the year, in my opinion. So I want to know from you people, what were your the worst albums of the year for you? And are some of them on this list? If not, let me know in the comments, what are the albums that you thought sucked? And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like. And do not forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. And if you like some merch, I have merch at fretless.com. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield on the couch. And I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.